Oh yeah, so satisfying.
Hey everyone! I finally did it! I built my parents' house. This is the house that my brothers and I grew up in, watching the Via Passenger trains go by the house several times a day. I was originally going to scratch build this house, but my good friend Brian from Ironhorsehobbiessmk Railroad asked if he could try his hand at 3D printing a kit for me, and I said, sure! If you want to buy one of these kits and play along with me at home, then check out Brian's Etsy store, Iron Horse Hobby Scale Model Kits, and select Bub's Bougie Bungalow. The kit is 15% off for the rest of this month, and at the end of this video, I will share a discount code for more savings. The kit comes neatly packaged in a box with instructions. The 3D printed pieces are tacked to cardboard for safe travel. The base comes in two parts which snap together. I don't have an airbrush or spray paint, but Brian suggests you prime and paint all the parts before removing the flash.
Don't forget to...
I removed the flash, used a hobby knife for trimming, and filed down the rough spots. And now the pieces are ready for paint. I like to secure the parts in place with tape, so I have two hands free and the parts don't slide around. I started with the roof, or as Lily calls it, the roof. I tried numerous browns to match the shingles, but as you can see in the reference photo I'm using, the shingles are a mix of colors. I ended up using raw sienna as the base color and added a lighter brown later on. I put on 2 coats. Next, I painted the siding using Daybreak Yellow. To get the proper shade of yellow, I'll sit these pieces outside to dry for about 50 years to get the full sun-worn, prototypical look. I used Snow White to paint the front and back doors, the window frames, and the garage door. The neat thing about this garage door is that Brian designed it so that it can open and close, a very unique feature for a model. For the base and other concrete areas, I used steel gray. As I was waiting for paint to dry, I glued plastic sheets over the windows to give a glass look. These plastic sheets come with the kit, another nice feature. Time to paint the roof with a lighter brown. I used honeycomb, which is kind of fitting since the roof pattern resembles a honeycomb. My first idea was to paint all the higher tiles honeycomb and leave the lower ones raw sienna. But the result looked like a checkerboard and I didn't want that. So I lightly painted the lower tiles honeycomb, letting some of the darker browns show through. Most of the painting is done, so the next step is to glue doors and windows onto the model. I used some Testors liquid cement and Gorilla super glue.
Don't forget to...
I glued the chimney and the vents? Are these black things vents? Anyway, let's shift our attention to the garage door. Now, some of you out there could probably paint that pattern on the door, but not me. So I just printed one off the internet and glued it to the door. Boom, done. And while I have my printer out, I printed some tiles of the stonework as well. Like the garage door, I don't have the patience or the know-how to replicate this 1960s stone pattern. I did purchase this sheet from Knock, but it wasn't a great match. It's not perfect, but it'll do the trick. I used some markers to color the doorknob a brass color and black for the mailbox. Brian recommends you dry fit the model before gluing. That way, if something doesn't fit, you can trim or file the piece to make it fit. I snapped the base parts together, glued the back wall to the side wall, and then realized that I forgot to paint the interior walls black. Maybe I should have read the instructions.
Don't forget to...
While the black paint dried, I glued the roof pieces together. The kit comes with 2 pegs to make sure the halves line up correctly. Clamps would have come in really handy, but this Gorilla Glue dried pretty quick. I used my pin drill to open the garage door frame holes up a little more so that the door would move more freely and sit better. My parents have 2 lights on the front of the house. One is for the front door and the other is on a motion sensor. It keeps the cats out of my dad's garden. For the front door I used 25 milliamp lights and 20 milliamp nano lights for the other. These are from Woodland Scenic's Just Plug series. Again, using my pin drill, I drill a little hole for the nanolight and then glued it into place.
Don't forget to...
The roof comes with these 2 beam sections. These needed some extra filing to fit in place. Once they're glued in, these beams will help rest the roof on the house without sliding around. Before gluing the beams, I remembered that I have to run a wire for the front light through the roof. So I have to make a little gutter for the wire. Time to get my Dremel tool out. Now the wire can sit nicely in its little groove, and the light itself comes with an adhesive backing. Let me just check to see if the door frame will... Oh boy.
Well, that's not right.
No, better not. This piece is too fragile. I used my hobby saw instead and cut out another groove for the wire. I found some blinds from an old Walther's kit and covered up the bedroom windows. I'm leaving the living room window open for now, just in case I want to add interior light or a little scene. The kit came with a front step, but I don't think it fit with the prototype, so I made my own from some styrene that I found lying around. The base comes with a hole for lights, but as you can see, it wasn't big enough for the light plug.
I discovered that this morning.
So I drilled a bigger hole, but forgot that I have 2 plugs that I have to fit through the hole. Well, I'll figure something out. Using some leftover bits and bobs from other kits, I added the oil pipes and electrical box to the front. I bought some styrene strips and made an eaves trough or gutter for the roof. I'm not adding any details to the back for now, since no one's going to see it. I glued the walls together and added the roof. I didn't glue the roof on so that I have easy access to the interior. I am very pleased with how this model turned out. It looks good in the layout and will look even better when I add grass in the driveway. If you would like to try building this kit or other awesome kits, please check out Brian's Etsy store, Ironhorsehobbiessmk Scale Model Kit. He has a variety of models with a variety of scales. He has a 50% off sale right now and has ongoing sales throughout the year. And if you click the link down below or use this discount code BUBSISBougie, all one word, you'll receive an additional 20% off your next purchase. So 15% plus additional 20%. That's a whopping savings of 25%. No, wait. That's a savings of 35%. Even better. But wait, there's more! Brian will custom make a 3D model kit for you, just like he did for me. All you have to do is email him. He's easy to work with and his customer service is top notch. If you're not happy, Brian will make it right. I sent Brian the actual blueprints of my parents' house and he took the time to make the model as accurate as possible. Not convinced yet? Click the other links down below to see Go Veer Go Home, Trackside Mike, and myself build this exact same kit live in a 2-part series in Sunday Brunch Kit Builds. Kris and Mike gave the model a different look and they also gave their opinions on the whole process. Thank you, Brian, so much for making this kit for me, and thank you for watching. Until next time, cake tear.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, Mike.
Good, how are you?
What? Good. What's the name of the house? The bungalow?
Bub's Bougie Bungalow. All right, 3, 2, 1, reveal. Dave, you can't show that. This is a family show.